So we open with a Kenya package and they're working on it. They're in counseling. How are you in counseling when you can't even quarantine together? I smell a lie. Mark did a complete 360. So you mean he came right back around to where he started from? It's a 180. A 180. Oh! Andy said, well, he's in New York. Are you having virtual therapy? He said, I know where your husband is more than you do. Backpedaling, pussy pop. Backpedaling, pussy pop. Kenya can't keep her lies straight. 1 minute he was entertaining cheating on you at the beginning of the marriage, but now with some old woman, some old girlfriend who was texting him, begging for the sex. But, well, I mean, you're also begging for the sex. But you was making it seem like he was actively in Chitete. Now all of a sudden is some heifer from the past who's just begging for the dick? What is the truth, Kenya? What is the truth? He didn't tell anyone he was getting married, of course, because you're an embarrassment and a great source of shame for him. That's why you can't speak to his parents. Kenya said if something happens that I don't like, I address it after the cameras stop rolling. How? Mark flits his ass back up to New York. You ain't got time to address shit with a man who don't fuck with you. And I'm sorry, the way Mark treats you on camera, he ain't listening to an ounce of your lip or a droplet of your garbage. He don't give a fuck what you got to say. I couldn't imagine being married to a man that didn't give a shit what I had to say. You really are pathetic and desperate. You need to pick a struggle. Oh, Jesus Christ, now she pulling out a glycerin tear because she at home. Honey, you got a big old jar of vapor rub right next to you. When it comes to my family, when it comes to your lies and your plot line, I don't even think that's Brooklyn's daddy. Where'd you get that sperm from? Thief. Stop dabbing at a dry eye. Okay, so somebody says, since you've been such a piece of shit to everybody else's marriage, do you think it's karma that now your asshole has come home to roost? After all, you went after Phaedra's marriage, Tanya's marriage, Kim Fields' marriage. You'd fuck up Carly Red's relationship if she could find a man. But she can't either. Neither can Vivica. Now, Portia, you know you were that man's beard, so you can't get mad at Kenya for calling out a simple truth, a universal truth, an inconvenient truth. How many times did you fuck that faggot? I want to know, how many times did you have sex? How many times did he top you or you top him? Inquiring minds want to know, since you're going to bring it up with Kenya, or Kenyuk. Kenya, you talked about everybody's relationship while you were a manless, hopeless, desperate, ditch-dwelling heifer. Now, I can't even call this a piece of a man. You got some type of, zip car of a husband. A 2-day out the month ass husband. And everybody's coming for your sham of a marriage. Take it on the chin. Grow up. Nobody's believing your lies or your bullshit. Candy said, can I say something? I don't know. I don't really want to look at your tacky outfit, but go ahead. So Nene said, look, I ain't apologizing. I don't think Kenya used her egg, and fuck her. Fuck her. I stand with Nene. Everybody can get out here and say, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor. They say you've got a broken heart, and run with it. Well, I heard, Kenya was able to hear from the cookie lady. She heard. So you know what, Nene? Fist pump of righteousness for you. And then Eva, that's so becoming of a grandmother. As a heifer with no plot line, and as a heifer who just got out of being homeless, I would try to bring something more than an insult to Nene. Like a plot line, or an attractive husband. Okay, so now Nene and Eva are going at it. All you can talk about is Top Model, and all you could talk about is your 2 minutes on TV with Ryan Murphy. Child, he normally keeps his actors working, but he dropped you like the bad habit you are. Nene, you want to be all respect your elders, but respect your titties and put them up. How you an elder with your nipples hanging out? Please, looking like an old cow. A true heifer. With a sagging udder. Oh, Andy muted Nene when she was saying, you were licking bottoms to stay on top. Look, if she wanted to eat some coochie to keep her career going, that's her business. Please. You couldn't keep your career going off of talent because you don't have much. Maybe you have a thimbleful, but that's about it. And I've seen that on your YouTube show. You need these other ladies to literally hoist you up on their backs and carry you. And that is a wide and heavy load. I don't know how Candy does it. Kenya gonna say, well, we know Nene's kids is Nene's kids because they look just like her. Kenya, you're lying. Nene don't look like Nene no more. Nene got 4 new faces. Every morning, Nene wakes up and she's like, what head do I want to wear today? Like Microsoft, where do you want to go today? What head is she going to put on? Nene's kids don't look nothing like her because Nene don't look like Nene. But Nene's kids are ugly. Grown and ugly. Eva said, Nene, you didn't have shit to say for 6 months. And that was the read of the episode so far, because it's the motherfucking truth. She ain't had shit to say in 6 months, so why are you popping off now? But I feel like Kenya is such a despicable being. That's the end of the sentence. Nene said, I've never had a foreclosure because I never purchased a home before. I was running around from rental to rental, seas to seas. Girl, she was living in model homes when the realtors would go home at night. A squatting tee. Okay, so Eva said, look, I have money. I got $1 million house. And Portia said, we all have houses. And Eva said, yep, but you all are a lot older. You ain't no spring chicken either, Eva. Well, you're an age 10, Portia, an age 10. And Portia does give a henny tea. Because she likes henny. Get it? Let's get to Kenya's marriage and the legalities. I want to see the receipts. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Kenya Moore. You're a lying sack of shit. I don't believe none of it. You need to tell us what county you filed in and where we can look the shit up on the internet for ourselves. I need a .gov. So before I believe you, you could print anything the fuck out and white out some shit of last names and whatnot. You gotta tell me in what county and where we can all go look it up. I ain't believing shit you're producing. Fuck you and fuck off. That's like producing your own credit check, writing your own paycheck. So Nene and Eva was getting into it again, and Nene just shut the computer. Kenya said, you better come back. You weren't in the episodes. You need these checks, girl. So Tanya and Marlo show up and Nene still ain't here. Okay, so Nene came back from the pisser. She sure is a pisser. Change her tampon. Sometimes we just do things out of habit. Andy said, Candy, this season you took up the role as bone collector. And she was a messy so-and-so. In the tackiest outfit she could find. God, what is this Fashion Nova failure she has on? Jesus. I mean, every reunion she always manages to look cheaper than the last. Although that one outfit with that red and then the black bodysuit underneath and that like ponytail with the Aaliyah swoop, that was definitely, flea market finery. So we've got all the mess that Candy has carried over the seas. Candy, you were very intentionally the bone carrier because you're boring. So Portia is very upset that Eva has said her baby looks like, her father with the bow on her head. I mean, she did not insult the child. She merely said that the baby looks like her father. That's kind of what happens when you have children. They're going to look like one of the parents. Now, maybe you're upset with who you chose to conceive with, but that sounds like a personal problem to me. Eva said it best, why are you bothered? That's the real question. Why are you bothered? Because every time you look at that little girl, you see his cheating ass. Portia said, I will virtually kick your ass. Girl, please. But Eva, you better watch out. She will bust a grape. But I'm sorry. Your daughter looks like her father. Well, I'm not sorry, but you seem to be. So now we going through Nene begging everybody to be her friend and film with her again. Okay, so now like that was a long package. So now we're talking about Wendy not fucking with Nene. But I mean, who really wants to fuck with Wendy? She says, we're just neutral. It's okay. We're okay. Child, she ain't fucking with you. Now, Kenya, you can't talk about I don't think that's a real friendship when you got a fake ass 2-day-a-month husband. Oh, Kenya said she doesn't think anything of Nene, but she also doesn't think anything of herself, which is why she was married to a cheating louse for 20 years. Wendy ain't shit, so you ain't lost no kind of friend. Wendy can't be a friend. Now Candy said, oh yeah, she friends with Wendy for the platform. Actually, I think they're just two moose who migrate together, crossing the tundra of their lives. So, Kenya doesn't think that Nene's apologies were sincere, and I agree, but Portia brings up a good point. Anytime somebody apologizes to Kenya, she can never believe it, she can never take it, it's always shade in the confessional, because Kenya's apologies are always fake. That's why she doesn't buy anybody else's. So now Portia's asking Kenya for her receipts about something. I'm not mad at the format. I feel like I feel like it's honestly a little better because you can't really talk over each other. Okay, so Nene apparently called Kenya and Cynthia when Portia did Celebrity Apprentice because she was upset that she was out making moves. I don't even know if I buy that because Nene, you did Celebrity Apprentice, and the truth is, those are deals worked out behind the scenes where they go to the girls and they're like, okay, which one of you wants to do Big Brother? Which one of you wants to do Celebrity Apprentice? Like, this shit is not just happenstance. So I don't buy it. You really think Candy went on Big Brother without Bravo's permission? You really think that CBS called Candy Burris before they called Bravo? They called Bravo, owned by NBC Universal. They called them first to say, can we ask, or we would like to use one of the housewives? And then they said, which housewives wants to do it? And then they went from there. That's how that shit works. So this is just lies. Mona Scott Young lies. All right, now Portia says, well, Kenya, I got you talking shit about Cynthia over text to me. Of course, Cynthia dumbass don't believe that. You could tell by that wig she ain't that bright. Candy said we were expecting you and Portia to make up because that was your last stop on the apology tour. Candy was like, why was Portia so emotional saying life was really hard without you? Was that one too many glasses of wine? Because you know Nene like a glass of wine and Portia like a glass of wine. Remember first season? Glass of wine, glass of wine, glass of wine. Now, Portia, why are you telling Eva to shut the fuck up when Nene did send Portia a whole cease and desist while preggers. Through my hardest times, Nene has supported me. Okay, so Portia said, well, Nene was with me when I was pregnant, when my sissy left, so I know it would have been a lot easier when Dennis cheated on me if I had had her friendship. But Candy said, well, you know Nene will dog the shit out of you at the drop of the hat. That's why she's always worming her way back in. So Portia and Nene are saying, look, we dogged each other out. We wanted each other off the show, but then we worked it out and we fine now. Click-clacking and pussy-patting. Well, child, that was the shit. I was somewhat entertained. Wait a minute, it only says 32 minutes. There's got to be more than this. All right, it looks like that was it. They only gave us 32 minutes. There were that many commercial breaks. I mean, I got enough out of it. And child, she messaging Nathan. Oh, child, and he said, you want to talk? And child, they get to FaceTiming. So Issa opens up about her fear that the block party will go wrong. And then he brings up Molly. And she said, well, I wouldn't really call her my girl. I mean, you know, the last time we talked, it wasn't good. And shit's been building for a minute. Oh, she said, I don't fuck with Molly anymore. Meanwhile, Molly getting ready to go to the block party that Issa's throwing, but Issa don't fuck with her. Molly, you should stay home. Molly really don't want to go, and she's like, well, what am I going to wear? And Andrew's like, it's 75 degrees. Whatever you want. Oh my God. Okay. You see, we are 6 minutes and 53 seconds in, and what am I doing? I'm laughing. I love the poet that they had on stage, and Issa said, "Today is not about depression. Get her off. I'm sorry, that's a no on Erica Badu. I gotta change the battery." Oh, Condola finally reappeared. But she's very cold and businesslike. Oh, she said, "Well, me and Lawrence broke up. You didn't know?" And Condola was like, "Look, I just came to check on the vendors, but, yeah, girl." So Issa's like, "Okay, I'll see you around." So I guess they done. But Condola, you didn't want to get married anyway. Oh my God. I love Natasha's British impression, and it was really giving me Rebel Wilson for some reason. A taco! Yes. The event is going off without a hitch. For now. So it's a whole bunch of white people at Issa's event, but who else shows up early? Oh my God. Issa's like, "Okay, so where can I see this interview that I just did?" And she said, "On my YouTube." And she said, "Okay, what's the YouTube?" "I haven't started it yet." "But you got a full camera crew." Mm-hmm. Cart before the horse. Amanda hurt that her baby don't want to breastfeed. I wouldn't want to suck on her sour milk either. Girl, Issa and Molly meet up, and it is Orky Boo. Orky who? Orky Boo. Awkward turtle. Oh, Lord. So now Issa brother here, and he's starting shit because he see Natasha Rothwell trying to fuck over this guy with her faux accent. He said, "So what part of England are you from, darling?" Oh, Lord, this fool. So he asked her thoughts on Brexit, and she tried to change the subject. She said, "Let's talk about the American government." And this fool she with said there are two branches, the presidential branch and Bank of America, where they print the money. Oh, Lord. So now the baby acting up at home, and Amanda gonna have to go be a mama, and she ain't in the mood. She says, "Shit, can you just go? I'm actually having a good time." Fuck that baby. So Molly is impressed with what Issa pulled off while she's cuddled up with Andrew before she fucks it up. Oh, Lord, here come Nathan, and he looking like a full meal. Fuck a snack. That's a plate you take into the bedroom with your eating pants on. So he give her a little pep talk because she's fretting about shit. And he's like, "Look, you did it. You're here. You made it." So Molly come up to her with a little peace offering. But before they can chit and chat, the lead artist shows up and Issa's whisked away. Okay, so everything's going good. We doing the wobble. Everybody's moving and grooving. Issa and Molly are reconnecting, giggling. Oh, Issa went behind Molly's back and got her man to help her without consent. Lord, so now Molly mad at Andrew and Issa. Oh, she went through Nathan. Well, the thing is, you did have a conversation, Molly, but that was you putting your neck out. If she's got another friend with a connection, that's their shit. Oh, Issa said you stay need one little ass favor. Kinda true, but this is not the time. Issa got a point, Molly. You keep starting shit and making up problems when you need to be worried about keeping your man. Ooh, if things don't work out with Andrew, it's not gonna be because of me, girl. Oh, God. So somebody thought somebody was reaching for a gun, and now the whole crowd goes crazy. So Andrew apologizing to Molly, but Andrew, you ain't do shit. So the party's over, and the episode ends with a rain. All right, see you next week for the shit.